I'll get it. Hello?
Hi, honey.
Oh, Ryan, where are you?
Sorry I'm late.
Are you all right?
I'm fine. I have some real good news.
What?
The police have Peter Parnell in custody.
How did that happen? Ryan, where are you?
Look, can you try and reach Grant for me?
Well, Grant's right here.
Good. Can you get him on the phone?
No, I want to know what's going on.
Okay, listen, Elena Decker came to see me today. She said she could prove that Parnell murdered Alex. So she arranged a meeting with Parnell and a friend of hers to get him to admit that he really did kill Alex.
What on earth does Elena have to do with Peter Parnell?
Well, her friend's Joe Foster.
Joe Foster, he's the one who kidnapped her.
I know, but somehow or other you got a hold of her. Anyway, the police have Parnell now.
Where is Elena?
She's at Gulf Coast Hospital. That's where Joe is. Parnell shot him.
He shot him?
Yeah, I think he's still alive, but I'm not too sure.
Honey, are you all right?
I'm fine. Listen, I'm going to go to the hospital now.
Ryan, I want you to come home.
Honey, listen, I have to talk to Elena.
Okay.
I love you.
I love you, too.
Will you give Grant a message for me?
Sure. What? All right. All right, I'll tell him. I'll wait for you here. Goodbye, sweetheart. Ryan wants you to meet him at the Packard Hotel in 1 hour. Well, what do you think?
Well, I don't know what to think.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh.
Well, use your imagination.
Well, my imagination isn't very good for this sort of thing, but, well, I can see that it's a nice space.
Well, you have to imagine what it's going to look like when everything's moved in. I was thinking of putting a small bar right over here.
A bar? A boutique?
Oh, yes, people love that. You know, coffee, tea, cognac, that sort of thing. So, imagine a beautiful mahogany bar right there.
Okay. All right, I'm imagining a beautiful mahogany bar right here.
Okay. And there's a possibility of leasing the store next door. It's smaller, but I think we can knock this wall down because the way things are right now, I think it's a little cramped.
Well, a room always looks bigger with furniture in it.
Well, actually, there's not going to be a lot of furniture. There's just going to be like a seating area right over here and plants everywhere.
Plants? Well, plants will certainly help.
And the real estate man said that I could put a window in this wall if I wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very excited about the possibility.
Yes, I can see that you are. I haven't seen you this happy in a long time.
Well.
What you thinking?
Oh, just about the possibilities that the future has in store for me all of a sudden.
I hope I'm somewhere in that future.
You are. And when Elena was kidnapped the second time, that's when Joe Foster stole the $1 million from Billy Joe Wright's apartment. When Joe Foster finally released Elena, she wouldn't talk to the police for almost 24 hours.
Why?
Oh, we don't know why, but Max was furious at her because he said that she was giving him a chance to leave the country.
Wasn't it possible he never left Houston at all?
Doesn't make much sense, does it? Well, Joe Foster, he did work in one of Parnell's freighters. That's how Foster knows Parnell. The thing that I can't figure out is why Elena would ever speak to him again. I mean, that is really beyond me. Why do you suppose Ryan wants you to meet him at the Packard Hotel?
Well, obviously he wants us to get into Parnell's suite.
What for?
Well, I figure that he must think that that's where the missing work file of Johnson's is. That's what we need to prove Ryan's innocent.
But you can't just walk in and take it.
Well, we won't do that. He's a lawyer. We'll get a search warrant.
All right. If he doesn't have one, make him leave.
We won't do anything illegal, Jim.
Okay.
Well, I'll be going. Bye.
Grant, tell Ryan to get back here as soon as he can.
I rather suspect that he'll do that without my telling.
Goodbye, Grant. There's something I don't understand, Ryan.
What's that?
How did you know where Joe and I were after Pete Parnell changed the meeting place?
Well, I received a call telling me about the changes as I was getting ready to leave the office.
Who was the call from?
I'm afraid I can't tell you, but I got a very good idea.
Yeah, but nobody else knew where we were.
Somebody did. Listen, there's something I still don't understand.
What?
Why'd you set up the meeting in the first place? I mean, if you did have proof that Parnell killed my uncle, you should have gone to the police about it.
We didn't have proof. It was Joe's word against Peter Parnell. And nobody was going to believe Joe. You see, that's why we set up the whole meeting. We knew that Peter Parnell wanted the drug money that Joe had. We told him that if we returned it, maybe he would help us get out of the country.
You mean if he gets your passports?
Yeah.
But I still don't understand why Joe Foster agreed to give the money back in the first place. I mean, that's the whole reason he kidnapped you, right?
He did it because he knew it was the right thing. Ryan, Peter Parnell asked Joe to kill Alex Wheeler, and Joe refused.
So, Parnell had to do it himself, didn't he?
Oh!
What?
Tape recorder. This was the whole reason why we set up the meeting. Joe was going to get Peter Parnell to talk about the fact that he killed Alex Wheeler. I had the tape recorder in my purse.
Did it work?
Hey, look, we're leaving Houston tonight. There's not going to be any way anyone's going to find out that you killed Alex Wheeler. We had an agreement.
Sorry, Joe, there's no way I can afford to leave you alive. You know too many things. Things you don't even know you know.
Like what?
Like Bernie.
Bernie.
Bernie was still alive that afternoon when we left the trailer, Joe. I went back and finished him off. He threatened to go to the police and blow the whole operation.
That's going to make our job a lot easier. Who's this Bernie?
He worked for Chris Shaw at the chicken coop. The police think that Joe killed him.
Mind if I take this?
No, Joe wanted you to have it.
Thanks.
Ricky. Ricky.